Hi, welcome. This is Amy Grassi with Bitterroot Paper Crafts. This is the first pick of this series. We're using Lisa Horton products, and what I've got to play with today is the Silver Shine Metallic Pigment Ink and the May 3D embossing folder. Love this. These inks are water reactive, so I want to show you what they look like. If you can see, this will be your first generation card. So it definitely has a lot more detail, a lot more shine to it. And then I'm going to show you how to make a second card with the same ink that you put in that embossing folder. We're just going to add another sheet of paper and run that through. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I'm using this note card that we're creating in your kit is all pre-cut. All you have to do is take out the pink paper and run it through your embossing machine with your brand new embossing folder. So let's go ahead and do step one. Okay, so we are actually trying to get, we're using this a lot like a letterpress system. You'll have to forgive my fingernails. I've been working in my garden and I look like, now that I'm looking at them, it's awful. Okay, so we want our background to be the raised edge. So we're going to be inking this side, which has the printing on it, and it's going to press it into here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with that. So we just take our ink pad, take the lid off. We're going to gently rub across your embossing folder, just like this. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not supposed to be flat. Covered. It's just, that's what it should look like. That is perfect. Okay, and now we're going to take our ink. I think I'm going to use the darker side. I'm just going to lay that down, close my embossing folder. I'm going to use my Sizzix Big Shot. So I believe I should be able to do it just with this plate. Yep. Okay, so I took out my magic mat. So I've got one clear plate and I've got my base plate. Now you can see how pretty and how detailed that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, and if you have some extra cardstock laying around, I just grabbed this piece of peach cardstock that I had on hand. I'm going to take one of my water spritzers, and all I'm going to do is gently spray, and it's going to reactivate those inks. And this one's going to be much softer. So I'm going to put my paper down. I'll cut this down afterwards. Goes right back in like this. And we're going to push it through. Now, if you can see this is just kind of a gentle, soft, enhanced background. Nothing too fancy here, but that will make a great second card. So just grab some scraps, spritz your embossing folder with water, and run it through again, and you'll get a very pretty second card. And you don't waste any more ink. Okay, so now we're going to assemble our card, and this should be super easy. I've pre-cut your sentiment and stamped that for you with my ink pad. So that has that same metallic ink that you've used for your background. And we are literally going to just adhere it to a piece of charcoal. I'm going to use the light side of the charcoal. If you want to give it a little bit more dimension, you most certainly can use your foam tape here, but I am going to just use my tape runner. And center it. Hard to see it without putting my head underneath the camera, but here we go. And then we're going to adhere that to the note card base. This is an A2 size card we're using today, so that's 5.5 by 4.25. And those are also included in your kit. Okay, so this one, it has a little bit of a rough edge here. I cut it down when it was still wet. I do kind of like that roughed edge, so maybe I should rough the other sides of this as well. But I think the peach looks equally as pretty as the that ballerina colored ink does as well. Okay, so all we're gonna do is adhere that to the note card. I did bump these up with some foam tape so that it has a little bit more dimension to it. And I included a little bit of ribbon in your kits. There's enough there for you to make your cards. And then I decided to line mine with a little bit of ballerina cardstock, but you most certainly could just leave it plain, or you could stamp it with a sentiment inside as well. This, again, the paper inspiration kit, or the pick as I like to call it, is meant to be an inspiration. It's meant to give you something that is quick and easy to put together, but is still really pretty.